I am but a pilgrim with the needle captured by distant lands, taken into a new zone called Farlu. We have to fend for our life, fighting bosses, riding bugs, and jumping in lava. Ow. All for the sake of protecting one person, Sherma. To 100% the game, I'll need to find out why I've been captured, bring down the tyrant oppressing this area, collect all the upgrades, get to the ending, find the secret ending, and then the secret ending. This is 100% of Silksong. I started this game on release like everyone else, and Steam, a billion-dollar company, crashed and wouldn't let anyone get the game for a couple hours. After finally getting in, we get an intro cutscene to the game. Oh, wait, we're getting carried? Seems we got captured, and we're prisoner being taken until a butterfly landed in our cage. Apparently, that's all it takes for our spidey senses to kick in. We do the most logical thing we can do and jump off a bridge. After waking up, we get used to the controls. Okay. Movement feels nice. Movement feels nice. We find ourselves a secret, and then a secret within a secret. What is this? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, friend. Wow. And just like that, we speedrun our first death. And a second one. I killed it. We get a B shard, which isn't too important for us yet, and start exploring this beautiful area to try and figure out where we are. Some exploring, and we also find a mossberry. I don't know, I'm just looting everything I can at this point. We start randomly getting migraines slowing us down, either from bungee jumping off of a bridge without a cord, or we're sniffing too much of the nearby mold. Using expert speedrunning movement, we grab another mossberry. Oh, there we go. Also, this is our health. We have 5 in total. The silk bar underneath fills up when we attack, and when it's full, we can heal for 3 masks. Migraine Simulator continues before we stumble on our first boss. Alright. Oh, boss time. Boss time. Moss Mother, Nature Mommy. She has 2 attacks. One is her needle that speeds across a room like a nurse when someone's vascular. And the other is a wall headbutt that drops rocks from the ceiling. Nothing too crazy. Sometimes summons an offspring to watch in horror as her mom gets fried. Oh, you can heal in the air. Oh, that's so cool. And cooked. Oh, I like the little slow-mo after defeating a boss. Wait, that's such a cool idea. We make our way up and pass out before being awoken by the chapel maid. Abapa. And we tell her how we got kidnapped by some fancy-looking bugs. The maid says it was probably the citadel up above, and nobody ever makes it there alive. One thing the maid doesn't know is that we're built different. One of our parents is a god and the other is a spider. So our only objective is to make it to the Great Citadel and find out what they wanted from us. After some walking, we make it to Bone Bottom, our first little town. The benches we find throughout the game are safe spots that full heal us. We check out everything the city has to offer. One pilgrim says there used to be travelers riding bugs in these stations at some point. We check out the nearby shop but realize we're better off panhandling on the streets, so I leave. The town's fixer says he wants to build a wish wall, a place for people to leave unanswered prayers. Probably quest for us to help the people out. A little more to the right, we meet Sherma. This little bug was singing to the gate trying to get it to open. Apparently, music is the key to a lot of doors and wants us to join in. Sturdy gate, I don't ask you to break. Or bend, just open a little for me and my tall maiden friend. We find ourselves in our first arena where we have a wave of bugs to squash. Honestly, it was pretty easy and we find ourselves outside the door Sherma was sitting at. Wait, I'm gonna open the door. It's just gonna be like, wait. See, my singing works. Boy, did you see it, Red Maiden? The Great Gate heard my song, and its infinite ancient kindness has opened the way forward for us. What is this thing? Then we find a bench, but it requires us to pay to use it. It's like we're in LA all over again. Slowly getting the mechanics down, but pogoing is a bit hard to get used to. Who's this? This is Chakra. She is a warrior that we'll be bumping into a lot. She sells us maps of the area and map-related things. A professional navigator, if you will. We're going to want the compass and quill too. The compass tracks our location on the map, and the quill fills out the places we've been to. As you can see, it's just an empty blueprint of the map as of now. Checking out the surrounding area, and we bump into Steph Curry the way he's drilling threes into us. My face just happens to be the rim. We see the transporting sign we saw earlier from town and notice a bug caught in a lot of webs. I'm not strong enough to break you out. Honestly, nothing we could do for him because we can't break him out, but that doesn't mean we'll give up. We find ourselves a weird spider shrine, telling us to reclaim the future of our haunted kingdom, and we learn our very first skill, Silk Spear. We can throw out our spear, impaling anything it comes across. Vlad would have loved this. To use it, it uses silk from our silk spool. We find a druid asking for help. Apparently they need 3 moss berries for a quest. Thankfully, I managed to already grab 2, so I just need 1. And the last one just so happens to be right outside the cave. Oh, this person is the last one. Wait, what is the odds? What? Wait, that's actually crazy, no? We turn it in and get our first tool. Now, tools can only be equipped at the bench, and you can only use a certain amount equipped at once. This one gives us silk when we take damage. Pretty good for me since I've been tanking damage with my face. We head back to Chakra and buy a compass, and then break our little friend out from the webs. He's a little distraught, but I promise he's friendly. He has a couple moves. One where he jumps over to the other side, one where he charges you, and one where he pops out with bells. I should mention, anything that hits you does double damage. Also, this fight took me a bit to get used to, considering I have 0 movement abilities. No, man. Oh, we got him. Yes. The Bell Beast is now our friend, and we could use her to travel to different bell stations. Oh, that's cool. Okay. All right. This person probably freaked out. We equip our compass, and it's like opening our eyes for the first time. Moss Grotto in the bottom is where we landed. Moss Home at the top is where we got our Silk Spear skill and found the Druid. To the right is still a bit unexplored, so we want to check that area out. We find another tool, and we technically have one more slot open for it up here. However, each tool has its own category. Yellow, which we have 2 of, blue, which we have 1, and red, which we don't have any yet. Our crest here takes 1 red, 1 blue, and 1 yellow, and if I want to equip this one, I would have to get rid of my compass, which we're definitely not doing. I already get lost in a Walmart. I'm like Zoro from One Piece when it comes to directions. Running around trying to stay alive, I bump into a trapped bug. This is a flea. They're scattered all over Farloom. The fleas are like secrets, and I'd assume the more we collect, the more rewards we'll get. Oh, it's like a little... Oh my god, wait. Okay. So you can pogo off of these things. I mentioned pogoing earlier, but it's a way to bounce off enemies or objects. If you attack downward from the air, you do this little bounce that can help you reach higher areas. Pogoing is a cool concept because it adds layers to platforming that can get more and more challenging in the future. Usually behind these little challenges are some rewards. Massive loot. Massive loot. What's this? We walk into a random person's house and bust out their prisoner like we're in the movie Weapons. Boy, you're smelling fancy. You got some pockets under your cloak? Hiding away some goodies for us to pilfer. Doesn't seem like Grindel learned his lesson and wants to go back to stealing things. We do, however, find ourselves a new tool, a red one. Throwable knives that get replenished using shell shards. Some currency dropped by bugs. I stumble upon a boss that gave me so much trouble, to put it lightly. This was my wake-up call to the game. Without any movement abilities, some attacks felt undodgeable. His 2-piece swing wasn't that bad, but when he jumps with his overhead double damage bone smasher, it's cooked. What? How do I dodge that? I don't have a dodge yet. I start playing like an absolute Chad, fighting him straight on and not resorting to cheap underhand tactics. Nice, we got him. Okay, I don't think that's what you're supposed to do, man. After beating him, we get access to a new area, Hunter's March, where they cause you to become illiterate. When we're in the Hunter's Monarch, the parkour starts amping up with the pogoing, and since you do it at an angle, it's a bit unfamiliar at first, I won't lie, but I get used to it super fast and grab another flea. Hidden in this lovely area are traps you can activate that do double damage. I literally, okay. I don't have the map for this area, and I still have more to explore in the Marrow, so I feel like maybe I shouldn't be here yet. I start to backtrack and check out the unexplored parts where we bump into the flea master, Mushka, and he's looking for other fleas to travel with together. We accept his quest to find him 5 fleas and head back to Bone Bottom where the wish wall is. We accept both of them, and one of them requires us to donate 200 shell shards for it. Something light from his deep pockets over here. We head far east and notice the landscape is changing with different enemies. Lava themed, and they throw fire rocks from the air. They also wear bells like ski masks. There's another bell station we stumble on, which is amazing for quick traveling, and talk to Chakra for another map of this area. Also markers for the map to mark benches, bell stations, and vendors. So many new areas to explore, but I always want to clear out everything from one place before I move on to the next. Also, the ant area sucks, so I'm avoiding it like the plague. We see an area blocked off. Clearly, we need a movement ability for it to access the lever up top to open it for us. Also, found out another cheese strategy. You can attack enemies from under the platform. Oh, this is a boss. Oh, this is a boss. Not a boss, but an arena. Honestly, nothing crazy, just a long wave of enemies to fend off. Got him. Let's go. Ignore me for almost dying. We find a blacksmith. Oh? Then in the shop, there's new tools to unlock. Requiring craft metal to make new tools. We'll find craft metal in hidden areas around Farloom. So when you die, you drop a cocoon on your body, and if you don't pick it up, you lose all of your rosaries, which is money in this game. If you see me at 0 a lot throughout this video, no you don't. This area has molten rocks on the floor, and if you don't stay jumping, it does damage to you. All fun and games until you get sniped in the air by these bellheads. Every 2 you collect, your silk spool increases by 1 roll. We're basically overpowered now. Ow. Except against lava. You're gonna see me slash a lot at walls because sometimes they're breakable, and usually where secrets are hidden. In this case, a quick teleport to the last bench I was at. No, man. We had to avenge ourselves and see what was up there. A rosary string containing like 20 rosaries. Yippee! Slowly filling out the Deep Docks map, and we find ourselves another spider shrine, where we learn Sprint. Swift Step. There we go. Yeah, apparently we were incapable before. They removed our ankle weights like Rock Lee did before the Gara fight. We find another flea and circle back to areas we couldn't access before the sprint, where we find Lace. Who's this? How sad, a little spider has fallen from its cage, so lost, so weak. Wait, how did this person know that I was in a cage? Her moveset is a bit hard to get used to. She has a dash that I noticed you can jump over, and a jump dive that is somewhat telegraphed, but if you're caught in the air, you get punished. The most annoying part of this fight is the counter. If she catches you in it, it's double damage. You'd think if you knock her in the lava, she would insta-die, but no. She shakes it off and comes right back at you. It's also hard to find healing timings in this fight, I noticed. There's also a phase 2 she has, and if you're caught in this giant circle, you're chopped up into pieces. No, dude. Let's heal just in case. Very nice. Let's go. Okay. I was expecting another phase because you never know with these games. Continuing right, we run into a new area. Bar fields. So like vents, I guess. Oh, I thought you could like ride them. There's vent streams everywhere, but apparently we wait too much to use it. We find a house, and inside is a seamstress who tells us to go on a diet. Kidding, we have to find her spine spikes and bring it back to her, and she'll transform our cloak for us. Basically saying our drip is non-existent. I figured it was these things, but they're not dropping anything. Oh, the ones that are already on the ground too, or can I... Oh, I can smack those. Oh, that's how you collect them. We collected 20 cores we needed and realized it was too cold in this area and needed to warm up instantly. Dude, we give the seamstress the spines, and she makes us Drifter's Cloak. Hold space in the air. We glide around like a flying squirrel and discover a masked shard. Every 4 gives us an extra health. Super helpful considering how much double damage things do. This is probably the best designed boss I've seen in a while. He has a couple moves. The bottom hands that glow, swipe left to right that you can jump over. The ones on the top smash down and delete a piece of the platform. He can also send a rain of molten rocks down that aren't too bad to dodge. What I like about this game is that bosses can be staggered. Basically get knocked down where you can hit them for free or heal. Wait, can I just... Oh! I was hitting this boss for a solid minute before I realized there were airstreams I need to take up to knock rocks above him. I send the rock down like a Fast and Furious movie, and right at the end, I almost fell in the lava. Oh my god, I almost died. I actually almost died there. And it would have killed me if I didn't dash the ledge last second. We got him! Defeat 4th Chorus. We find another bench and bell station in Farfields, but still no map of the area. Another flea and a rest area close by. Oh, it's this guy. Sherma playing some music for other pilgrims and trying to cheer everyone up. We love Sherma. Inside, we find another shop that we can't purchase anything from. Not because we're broke. I mean, we have so much money, but it's just in my other pants. Those pants just go to another school. You wouldn't know them. I couldn't find the map, and I went back to Bone Bottom to complete someone's wish and collect fabric from the bugs up here. With the glide ability, we found a new area to the left where we found an acid-spewing Snorlax. Of course, we tried to slay it just to get smoked multiple times. Found out that you can actually just run across the whole time. Awaiting us was a door requiring a simple key, which we don't have. I remember seeing one in the store at Bone Bottom for 500 rosaries. And we'll come back to this when our investment works out. What's free though is this mask shard hidden in the wall. Time for Hunter's Matriarchy again. Pogoing, dodging traps, and slamming ants, we find ourselves in an arena. And this one is nice because we finally give these ants a taste of their own medicine. Double teaming. Together we're unstoppable and take down these bugs without breaking a sweat. We get the Farfields map and the Hunter's Mariachi map. It's good to know you can scoop up old ones if you missed them in a previous area. Now, we're definitely broke, so we need to farm a little of rosaries. After getting the pogoing down, it's actually quite fun. We take the jet stream up and finally find a bench in this area. Oh, there's a bench here. Okay. Are you kidding me? I couldn't find a way to break the trap or anything, so I guess we're not resting. Are you joking, bro? We find a chapel, and we're going in with 2 health. Holy, okay. 1 HP, 1 HP. Parkouring around with 1 health is always so stressful because the run back is always so far. In this instance, probably 5 minutes. We find a way to clutch it up, unlock the shortcut, and find ourselves the worst boss I have ever fought in any game. You're probably wondering what makes this boss so hard. So he dashes left and right. So after he picks a lane to charge, he moves towards your location up and down as well. So you have to jump last second to mess with its timing. And then he spawns all these bugs. He summons these guys? Oh, hell no. That's insane. Bro, what the? Dude. Balancing everything at once is really hard. We go back to Bone Bottom to turn in some quests and maybe find something to help us out. Check out all the other unexplored areas, we buy a new tool from the smith and a crafting kit to increase our tool damage. Now these throwing shards surely will help us, and we head back to the beast fly. Like, I'm literally landing in... Dude... I realized that you can get him to squash the bugs he spawns, but it's still so hard to line up. And if you just bump into him when he's in the air, or even staggered, you take 2 damage. I wish they would make it 1 damage if you bump into him at least. This boss felt a lot more frustrating than most. I think a big reason was because it's not about pattern recognition and learning. You're hoping for the best, and the new bugs that spawn don't slice you up in the meantime. Or at least limit the type of bugs that can spawn, just felt very luck-based. After a lot of tries, we finally get ourselves a decent run where he smashes 2 of the bugs he spawns and got lucky he didn't spawn more. Oh my god, thank you. Oh my lord, bro. So what we got out of this boss is a crest, basically a new set of basic attacks. Instead of our regular needle we were using, we can use claws. We don't have heal anymore though. So instead of heal, I use this. What? Wait, it's like a lifesteal thing. And I could use it again. Wait, this is kind of insane. This can be pretty good if you need to fight off many targets at once and take frequent damage, because the lifesteal is nice. You can always swap between them at benches. For normal traveling around and exploring, I think the normal one is way better because the heal is so valuable. After what I thought was exploring everywhere I could, I head back to Mushka with the wish completed for all the flies. He says now that they've all rested here for a while, they want to travel higher and asked if we wanted to go. Wait, this is huge. This is huge. There's many ways to progress, but this happens to be the one that I found, and we make ourselves further into Greymoor, which is right above Hunter's Marshmallow. We get a new red tool that increases attack speed. Low-key busted if you ask me. I'll be using these against bosses. We head west from this area into a haunted town where all the bugs are caught in webs. Bellheart. We get another objective where we need to break the curse of this town. Sounds like a you problem, so we head west into Shellwood finding new tools, a long pin, and it's basically armor piercing. We find the bell station for this area, equip the long pin, and try to break this armored door with it. Okay, so this isn't working. Yeah, I don't know. It made sense in my head. What felt like a dead end, we head back east through the flea caravan and in a dark area with grimy looking bugs. It's hard to see, or maybe my monitor brightness was down, but we end up killing it eventually. Got him. We find a memory locket. No clue yet what to do with these, and then stumble on a bell station here in Greymoor. Why am I so broke, man? Just to find out, I don't have enough rosaries. So we leave for now in the hopes that we can farm some rosaries elsewhere. There's a halfway home here where there's a bartender offering drinks. Well, hello, friend. A bench, and someone named New up top. New offers us a wish with the Hunter's Journal. Hunt down 100 different species and come back to her. Chakra is here as well, offering maps, but again, too broke, so we only get the Bellheart map. We find ourselves in an abandoned house with a bunch of rosaries. Oh my god, yes! There's an arena at the end with a lot of flying birds. They're more annoying than they are hard, just requires a lot of patience, and I get lazy towards the end and die on the last one. No, man! Just don't overheat and we're good. Like, what? Nice! After finishing the trial, we unlock these jumping balls that help us get more rosaries and a new spider shrine. Oh, just kidding, yes. Oh my god, yes. What did we just find? What did we just get? We unlock the Red Storm, another skill, which is basically a glorified weed whacker. Honestly, pretty good for multiple enemies. We unlock a crane shortcut and head down to Chakra just to find out she's not there anymore. Wait, where's our friend? Didn't think she can just up and leave like that. We finally buy the bell station and travel to Bone Bottom. Apparently, you can summon Chakra by hitting her bells. Ah, there she is. Okay. We get the Greymoor map, accept the new wishes, and head back to Greymoor. We have something over here. A shrine of some sort. Another chapel. Great. The last one almost made me bald. Can't imagine how hard this one's gonna be, seeing how some of these guys have scissors. We have a little parkouring to do and put our new beast claws to the test. The lifesteal is actually insane if you get consistent hits off. I will say pogoing is a lot harder to do with this crest. Nice. Alright, solid. Ooh. Hello? What is this? Bro's probably just sleeping, man. Do we know if we have the right guy? We stab this stranger in a new crest, which gives us additional silk per attack after healing. It's pretty good at farming, and you can down pogo pretty similarly to Hollow Knight, but the attacks feel so much slower and don't feel like you do more damage, so I went back to the OG crest. So I finally figured out what the memory locket is for. You can unlock additional tools for your crest. I didn't know which crest I was going to use more, so I held off on opening them for now. Oh yeah, new area. Yeah, I haven't been here. We head back to Shellwood and clear this arena full of stick bugs. We find a new path I didn't see before and made our way behind the metal door. Oh, this is a shortcut. There, okay. So this is how you were supposed to open it. Collect ourselves polyp parts, probably a quest item, find chakra and get the map of this area. Chakra. Keep heading west into a cave called Worm Ways. Worm Ways? We'll come back to that. Okay, I'll go here. Find a tool and then chakra again. Put a map of this place. I am lost. It's so nice finding her early on in the new areas. I think most of this place requires some wall climbing ability that we don't have, so we help this flea out. Yo, let go of him! And we head back to Shellwood where we meet this guy slinging around more money on his wrist than I have in my bank, and he's beating me with it. Alright. Very nice. A pogo parkour that leads us to another mass shard. Oh my god, yes. Mass shard? Yes. One more till another health upgrade. Grab another polyp. Nice. Activate more shortcuts and find a secluded house with someone named Greyroot in there. Oh, hello. Greyroot wants me to find 6 polyps and bring them back. And while we're looking for them, we find ourselves the boss of this area. Oh. Oh, crap. Sister Splinter. She has a swiping motion she does that attacks 3 times consecutively where you are, burrows away, and summons Beyblades in the meantime. Oh, what are these? They're worlds better than the Beastfly fight, though. She gets angry and summons down vines that block your way. Oh, what? Oh, I can break them. But they can be broken if you hit them. This fight is relatively straightforward. Find the openings and slash her down. While staggered, try to get as much damage as possible. No! I can't move. I can't move. Let's go, baby! Light work. Alright, second try, not bad. After beating her, we once again find another spider statue, hoping this one gives us some movement ability so we can unlock more areas. Oh, we're getting something big here. Big. There it is. Clean grip. Basically, wall jump. Okay, finally, man, we got it. I'm still on the lookout for all these fleas, even though it's not a wish anymore, but I feel like it'll be part of the 100%. From Shellwood up top, there's an area on the right that leads us into Bellheart behind the scenes. I guess we can save the town now. Well, actually, we did need to finish collecting all the polyps. Okay, seriously, who's causing this curse? Oh, is this the thing who's putting the curse? She's pissed because I'm a mixed breed of weaver and worm. Some lore for you. Worms are basically gods here, so that makes me a demigod of sorts. Anyway, this fight she has bells she launches at us that we must avoid, but strings that kind of telegraph the angle. It's fun. She also dashes down at you and then runs it down, mowing you over. A lot of the time, I'm trying to figure out what their abilities do before I try to find openings for attacks. The bell floor isn't bad because we could jump and float over. The main attack that was getting me was the dashes across the floor because it's hard to react to. And when there's 8 different things happening at once, it can be a bit overwhelming. Also, I found out you can parry her attacks if you attack in the same direction and time she does, causing you to avoid some damage. Okay, we're good. We're big chillin'. We're big chillin'. Watch the balls. Let's heal. Can't heal. Now we heal. Watch the balls. Falcon kick. Watch the balls. Nice. Huge. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. After a couple tries, we beat her and learn Needlein, an ability to play music. Okay, so I can learn, I have my accordion. This really is Zelda. Another spider vision, and I noticed we have to open this door up with our banjo. I've seen doors like this in a couple places before earlier. We break the curse and save the townspeople of Bellheart, where we're greeted by everyone. There's a new shop and also a wish wall for the city as well. So now we have one in Bone Bottom and also one here in Bellheart. I'm like Santa Claus making everyone's wishes come true. Now that I have Wall Ride, I check back and see if there's other areas I can access now. We head to Farfields, all the way in the corner, and open up the spider door. Oh, we do unlock it. Inside is an anklet, which increases movement speed at the cost of silk. Pretty good for getting around quickly, especially if you backtrack. We'll be using this a lot later on. I check out the map and see a spider door down in Moss Grotto as well, so we check that one out. Alright, open up, open sesame. We turn on the lights for this place and grab the map. Weavenest Atla map. We use the lightspeed elevator and find someone locked within the ruins. Oh, that was sick. Apparently caged by the spiders, but she's not their enemy, just a prisoner. She's a mix of Weaver and something else, and apparently that was enough to outcast her. Kinda like us, but she's not part worm, so she kinda buffs up her crests. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what she does, but it's an upgrade, so we have to come back to her whenever we get new ones. In this area, we also find another Moss Mother. We beat her at the start, but wait. Wait, did you just spawn a second one? Yep, I hate fights like this, where there's just two enemies thrown at you and there's no pattern at all. Feels so chaotic, so I struggle with these cougars more than I like to admit. No, man. I activated a memory locket so I can get another red and yellow tool on my crest. Let me put these things on. Yeah, it's pretty busted. I still died. I think the strategy for this fight is just to isolate one of the bugs entirely and try to burst her down quickly enough, because once they both start spawning bugs, it's near impossible to catch your bearings, let alone find time to heal. I tried the lifestealing route with the beast crest and I was actually shredding for a while, but I realized once you get caught without being able to activate the lifesteal, it's a wrap. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, if I can kill this one? Yes! Finally brought one down, and now I just need to stay calm and slow it down with the last one, because it's infinitely times easier without two mothers nagging in your ear. Oh my god, we did it. Oh my lord, bro. Please tell me I got something good. We unlock Weave Lights, a blue tool, and it's kinda ass, but it's all good. To the left of Bone Bottom, surprised I've never been here, but we get access to another chapel, which means another crest. Let's go. Swapping between crests can be pretty fun because it's a new playstyle entirely. We finish the arena and unlock it again by stabbing a sleeping bug. It's short attacks, but very fast. I originally thought this was super good because it's faster attacks, which means more damage. We head back to Greymore and head up with our new climb ability.
Okay, we're putting him on trial. Bro doesn't need his crust?
I was in a rush.
Are you 12?
I was speedrunning. I was speedrunning the pizza. Listen, been playing since release with no breaks caused me to speedrun this pizza crustless %. At this point, I wasn't too sure where to go, so I tried climbing to the left of Shellwood, which is directly above Bone Bottom, where we fell through the bridge, but no luck. We're back to Hunter's Machete, and hopefully can climb this new area. And of course, this guy again. And he has a friend. I knew this place would make me mauled, and it didn't disappoint. Yeah, bro, like, it's just, dude, multiple enemies is never the answer, bro. It's just never the answer when you're making games harder. I swap back to the OG nail because now I'm kind of used to it. It's weird, I know. I want to try to kill the flying one first to make life a bit easier, but the big guy keeps digging underneath. I finally take down the flying bug, and all I have to do is 1v1 this guy. But now it's different. I have a dash, which makes this fight a lot easier. What did I do all that for? Let's see. Like 80 rosaries, man. A lot of my time is trying to find out where to go. A lot of exploring and backtracking, but that's usually how Metroidvania games go. I find a path finally to the top left of Shellwood into Blasted Steps, which requires wall jump to get to. We stop by a bench and head out in this dune environment. We fight Timothy Chalamet and meet up with our best bud Chakra, scoop up the map and start doing what we do best, exploring. Oh, a boss. Oh, when was the last time I benched? Oh man, I'm about to lose it. Of course, and it's two enemies. We get into a boss fight against these two drills, and honestly, the fight wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. A lot more coordinated and fun in comparison to some other ones. This fight is a bit longer one where the goal isn't to do as much damage as possible quickly, but rather just trying to stay alive. So I take shots where I can and try to farm as much silk as I can. After taking down the first one, the second one leaves, which is a bit relieving, I won't lie. This parkour area was scary, lots of wind and sand making it hard to see, and about a 10-minute run back from the bench. Oh my god, please have a bench or something. Yes. We make it inside to find the Pinstress, who tells us we need training because we're far too weak. We learn the Needle Strike, charged attacks. It's probably really good, but I don't use it nearly enough. We meet up with other pilgrims right outside the Citadel. I guess we're all trying to get in. Hopefully they welcome visitors. We play the Song of Our People and try to open the door just to be greeted by the last judge, who fries our friends and cooks us instantly. We run it back. So the last judge has a couple moves. A jumping slam attack, which is easily dodgeable and punishable, and then she has a bell toss, which she retracts after, so you don't want to be caught in between it. This one is the hard one because instinctively you want to dash away when she attacks, but you jump right into it. Did I mention she does double damage? Last, she has a fire spin move. It isn't too bad because you can back up from it. Then there's phase 2. All of her abilities get a new effect. Her spin has fire wheels. She even has a charge that leaves a fire trail behind her that you have to jump over and avoid. The slam now has fire shooting out of either side. The bell toss also explodes when it lands, also a really scary thing. Honestly, the worst part about this fight is the run back. You have wind pushing you in a certain direction, which makes pogoing a nightmare, with perfectly placed flying bugs getting in your way, so you run back with like 2 health. If I could figure out the bell toss move, I can win this, but also I've been playing for like 11 hours straight. I can see why I was a bit discouraged. With just 1 HP left, I finally bring it down, only for her to explode and kill me on her way out. Surely we don't have to fight her again, right? Yeah! All good. We did it once, we could do it again. Dodge the throwing balls and explosions, attack in between slams, avoid the charges and fire wheel flames, and we're golden. Let's go! Oh my goodness, finally. We bring it down and don't get caught in the explosion this time. And just like that, the Citadel doors open up and we're inside finally. Act 2. Citadel of Song. Inside the Citadel, we find a map machine, I presume, but one problem. I am super broke. That last fight had me losing all my rosaries with how many times I died. I should be in generational debt from those encounters, so we'll have to go mapless for now. Further in, there's an elevator we use to take us down. I get impatient and smack that thing like 4 times and it breaks. Sudden panic in my brain ensues. Uh-oh. We land and we're barely alive with 1 HP. We can't afford the benches, but thankfully we respawn down at the cage. These flying bugs are like those annoying flies you hear, but when you turn the light on, you can't see it at all. Anyway, after about 13 hours of streaming, I go get some food and start playing off stream for a bit. Yeah, I forgot to turn off my webcam, I know, but don't worry, I realized soon enough. There's a map room we find for free, and it's covered in vents and industrial areas. So this is where Citadel's heavy lifting goes on. There's a shell tank here who's pretty easy to take care of, and we first try him. They got my boy running here powering lights for nobody upstairs.
What the hell is this? They got him working to the bone.
That place was desolate, and we tell him he can take a break, but he's too worried they're watching and he needs to keep working. So what we do in this situation is what anybody would do. I start running on the treadmill to make his life easier. I spend the rest of my life doing this, and this is how the story ends. The end. We can't end here. Now I want justice for my 8-legged horsey. Another fight with a big boy and flying guy. This one isn't as bad as the other one because he doesn't dig right under you, so you can isolate them pretty well.
Nice. You're kidding. You're kidding.
Just kidding. Another set spawned right after the first one. Oh yeah, mold inducing for sure, but we did it. A lot of these underground areas are tough to navigate through, so dying sucks a lot because the run back is awful. I have 1 life, and I try to farm enough sil from these little guys until I make it to a bench, where we're greeted by the coral chambers. Actually a nice area, and I'm loving the scenery. The music is honestly fire throughout the whole Citadel.
What?
We enter a room where we meet up with Lace again, and she basically says, stop while you're ahead. I've seen you struggling with the beast fly. There's power up here that would cook you with just a glance. You hope to stand up against the god? And Hornet drops one of the coldest lines in the whole game. Then best you keep watching, child. From my experience, even gods can fall. Mic drop moment, and Lace takes off embarrassed because how do you even top that? To the right is an elevator blocked by a lock, which we don't have the key for. So we start climbing up and fight off these new royal bugs. Fancy, but honestly, I found the underworld flyers way worse for some reason. I think somewhere I took a wrong turn because this doesn't look like the Citadel anymore. We luckily find a bell station and open it up. And even further of that west is Mount Faye, where we catch hypothermia in 5 seconds. I assumed we needed some warm clothing or torch before we go back.
Mount Faye. Oh. Oh, we're cold. Alright, assume we need some sort of warmth to go there.
We find a Simon Says puzzle that we solve by hitting the bells. Oh, Used to love this game as a kid, and it gives us a cog heart piece. No clue.
Oh, it's this guy. The thief.
We'll see what happens to nasty bully bugs when they come after poor old Grindel. The thief we let out of prison, he says we've been here for so long we might have some loot on us. But we shut that down quick. More climbing and platforming before we find some banquet with an old guy here. He tells us if we want this weapon oil, it's used to upgrade our weapon. We need to bring him fine dinery from 5 different places. We accept and keep moving for now. I barely know how to make a bowl of cereal as of now. This is one of my favorite fights in the game, the Cogheart Dancers. These metal grasshoppers are exactly how a multi-enemy fight should be. That being said, we still get cooked. I want to unlock some benches to make the run back a bit easier, so we start unlocking some things nearby. One of which is a travel pod. This is an easy way to travel throughout the Citadel. Had no idea this existed, but makes life way easier. We're back to the dancers. They have their main attack, which has them dashing where they're pointing. Pretty straightforward, just don't stand in line with it. They also can meet in the middle, causing damage to anyone nearby. There's also a quick attack move that hits anyone touching those lines, and that's basically it for phase 1.
Nice.
Phase 2 is the exact same thing, but faster, which means less attacks in between moves. Healing isn't too bad, I just have to wait for their projected attack and heal once I see them. It's just easy to get in their way when the speed picks up. Also, sometimes when they cross paths, I think they're going into the middle to do the big circle thing, but they just dash to the corners and that gets me. Or if I get trapped in a corner when one is going to the side and the other is going across.
Nice. Let's go. There's a third phase. Of course there is.
Then we have phase 3. They're out of sync, so it's harder to time when to heal and when to attack. So I try to wait to heal when they go in the middle.
No, man. Okay, progress is progress. Progress is progress. Yes! Yes!
Let's go, dude. And then a phase 4, but it's sad. His partner isn't here anymore. I feel bad.
Let's go. Very nice. Very nice. Defeat the Cogheart Dancers, man.
After the fight, a cage flips over, and we have 3 statues telling us we need to play them 3 songs from their favorite bands, like they're gatekeeping or something. We get access to the Cogheart inside, and the mechanics in there are not forgiving whatsoever.
Are you joking? Are you joking?
We find another spool and run into an arena that doesn't seem too bad at the start. However, once they start taking platforms away, it becomes a lot more awkward. Felt claustrophobic fighting these things, and you can also take damage from the cog up top. So you have to be careful how much you pogo or how high you jump.
Oh my god, we did it.
We get ourselves our last mask upgrade we needed for a health upgrade.
Another health upgrade. Oh my, we got our first health upgrade. It doesn't matter because they do double damage.
Majority of this area is parkouring, pogoing off the moving gears while not getting hit by anything. The timing for it can be a bit off because if you're too close before you pogo, the gear hits you and the pogo won't go off.
Ow! How is that not a pogo, man?
Lots of trial and error in this segment to learn the mechanics a bit better. Also I'm bad, so there's that. Once we manage getting past that, we have an arena we get through and fight off a squid with knives.
What is that? Nice, cooked. You think I'd be able to play it? Oh. Hello.
We find the Vault Keeper, who plays music if you give him music scrolls. So we have to find him the super secret music scrolls, which has the melody we're looking for. We do another Simon Says puzzle.
Light work, light work.
Grab another Cogheart piece from it and find ourselves in a boss room. Up against Trobio, the performing legend. This guy would put Broadway to shame.
Okay, so he has a bouncing move and it explodes in confetti. Okay, he has a twister move that he can throw out. Okay.
Someone told me I can grab the map from Chakra in Belheart since I couldn't seem to find my way around the Citadel without it. I found a weird secret I stumbled upon on my way there that put me in the back alleys of Belheart, and one of the quests has me collecting silver bells here, so I got a bit distracted. In this cave, we find a bell hermit. He wants nothing to do with me, and he's mad I stopped the curse plaguing the town. Anyways, I get back to the Citadel and find the map machines, and I finally found one.
Holy, thank you, man.
It's like putting glasses on for the first time. Now that we know where Trobio is, we head back to him. He has a ball bug busting move that sends out bombs exploding in different lines, a twister move that flies away at the end of his spin, and if you're directly above him, you can avoid the damage, a fireworks explosion that you can avoid before it's set off. You can see where he's heading from the floorboards underneath. Sometimes I get greedy and go for more damage where I should be playing more passive, but scared money don't make money, as they say. He also has a phase 2, shoots fireworks like it's a Friday night at Disney, and then basically all the same moves he's been doing.
No, man. Oh my god.
Someone in chat told me I can get a nail upgrade this whole time. I must have missed them in Bellheart because all of the homes were up above. Anyway, there's a needlesmith here who gives you a free upgrade upon saving Bellheart. And I had a weapon oil I found in Citadel as well. And no, it's not the one I needed the food pallets for, a different one I found randomly. So that's 2 damage boosts I've been missing out on. Would explain why all these fights took me so long. We go back to Trobio and it was night and day difference. I'm so upset with myself, but it's all good.
Okay. Nice, let's go. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get?
We get a tool from him that isn't too good and find ourselves an abandoned church and a white key.
Oh, what is this? What is this area? White key. Wakey, wakey.
We wake up the whole city and let them know the British are coming, but the only one who responds was this old guy tented out named Caretaker. He calls us a weirdo, and he says now everybody's coming here, and he's gonna need help to deal with all these pilgrims. So we're basically starting our own little town. We fought off some small bugs and find ourselves a merchant who needed help. After saving her, she says she'll meet us back in Songclave, our city where we rang the bell. In the meantime, we head to the elevator where we needed the lock for, and using the white key, we head down and find another map.
A map? Oh my god, give it to me. Yes! Oh my god, yes! I love seeing maps.
I get so excited finding maps because I'm so used to not having any, genuinely giving me dopamine. Didn't anyone tell these guys not to run with scissors? We teach these bugs how to give haircuts and head up where we find a really useful tool, Injector Band. This increases the speed of our heal. I find it incredibly overpowered. We head even further down and this place connects us to the Underworks. We save a flea and dance around some lava. Try to at least.
They respawn?
And mine some craft metal. It's used for crafting tools from the blacksmith. There's another spider shrine and we unlock claw line. Basically a hookshot. Absolutely nuts. Very good movement. Very good way to jump to enemies as well. And it only costs 1 spool of silk.
Like, you could do a lot.
Getting this upgrade also means we get access to a few more areas I haven't been able to get to before. Like this area, for example. We find the Architect. This is another person who can make us tools if we bring them craft metal and rosaries, which we need to take out a loan for. We find another spool before heading back to the Citadel where we slay a couple bugs along our great friend Garment, a true warrior of his craft.
Zezebo!
High halls.
Okay, we made it to the high halls.
Now we're at the higher area of the Citadel because these things have bugs that fight for them. And now climbing gets even crazier with the claw line. Almost scared to see what insane courses you can do with all this movement tech. We get to the top to find Grindel, stealing all of her loot.
It's this guy. He just looted everything, man.
And dips before we even have a chance to get anything. Bro was the ultimate rage baiter. So we head down instead, but we have 1 health, and when the lever pulled down, I thought I was collapsing into the spikes. We find a workbench asking us to construct some bee flying mechanism, but no craft metal for it.
I can fly?
No, unfortunately it's just a tool. It would have solved a lot of my problems though. And now, the hardest arena in the world. What makes this one so bad? Well, we have multiple enemies with multiple waves. It's 10 waves in total. Halfway through, we get this big boy who spawns, swinging around a maraca. By himself, it's not too bad because the moves are telegraphed. That and our tool we got that makes her healing faster makes these waves bearable. Problem is the end, where we have to fight 2 of these big guys at once.
Don't tell me. Yeah.
Unpredictable, double damage, smashing anything in sight, and they run you down, so getting space feels impossible.
No! Dude. No way!
And if you fail, you have to go through the entire gauntlet all over again. I realize getting in the middle of them is the worst possible thing to do, so if you can isolate one in the corner, it's somewhat helpful. Obviously, bursting one down is the strat, but sometimes they just take turns being aggressive, so you don't really get a choice.
Dude,
looking back, I probably could have jumped around a lot more to each side, but it's hard to think while you're in the moment. I even tried using long pins to line them both up for double damage, which definitely helped, but wasn't an easy victory.
No! After we finally get one down, the finish line was right in front of us. We just had to not get hit by this last guy. Should be easy, right? Oh my god, yes! Oh my god. Once we took them down, a conductor's there to give us a SoundCloud banger. That's 1 out of 3. Next up, I jump through the vents and spikes to find a sacred cylinder. Exactly what we needed to give to Squidward. It teaches us the second song we need. Nice. That's our second song that we learned. Second song that we learned, we need one more. It's a jumping segment with hoops. Nice. And pulleys and double damage spikes with close quarter combat and spike bugs that knock us into more cogs. It's a mess. After 30 minutes, we're greeted by another puzzle. We just have to make the notes line up by hitting them. If I had to remember an actual pattern for these things, I'd be so tilted. The statues give us the third and last song needed. We make our way to the cage and play our concerto for our fans, and they let us up. Oh my god, wait. What is she doing here? Up top, we meet Lace again and fight her for the second time. This time is a bit different because 1, her attacks are faster. 2, she has additional effects to her moves. Her dash has more dashes back and forth, and I feel like she parries a lot more. This is an anime battle, no doubt, and she's just farming aura on me. I will say though, this fight is definitely fun. I love the fast-paced ones where you have to react a lot rather than planning out each and every attack all the time. Nice. Let's go, dude. Let's go. We bring her down and start heading up towards the cradle, where we buy a map, and surprisingly, she's not too far away. We try her once and realize this is probably last boss. What? Grandmother Silk. She just gives off last boss energy. And I didn't even explore anywhere yet. What do? We go back and farm all the royal guards for rosaries. I want to buy out every single shop. I'm tired of being broke. Something, grab them by the bootstraps by stealing money from the less fortunate. I forgot how the saying goes. We buy out all of Bone Bottom and grab the simple key. And I recall there was a door to the left that needed it. But not before we finally cook this acid-flinging fool. What do we get? Beast shard. All it gave us was this beast shard though. Super not worth. Oh, and beast shards can be broken down into shell shards. That's it. It's ammo for our tools. Nice. We head into Wormways and find a scientist, alchemist even. Hope this one won't experiment on his daughter. We bring him the plasma he asked for and we get a tool. This one is nice because it gives us 3 blue shields. Extra health. Can be really handy in certain situations. We start completing other quests, head to the blacksmith and buy out her store because we're like that. Collect more mass shards and then finally find more wing. So my chat was complaining about this boss non-stop and how hard he was. Apparently you're supposed to fight him way sooner than I did and he was still kind of hard even with my weapon and health upgrades. Let's go, dude. We head to the west side of Greymoor to find a home, but she won't answer unless we bring her a worthy specimen. Up top, there's an explosive weapon we can craft, but we don't have craft metal for it. Oh, rescue half of Parloom's lost fleas. Let's go, dude. We find a flea named Krat who tells us to swing by the flea master for a reward, and then turn in the monster journal to new since we collected 100 different bugs slain. After her failed advances, we complete the wish. He gives us a key to the cellar for some super special drink. Only issue is down here it's covered in ants, so we play exterminator for him and get the vintage nectar, one of the special pallets we needed for the old guy in the citadel for his weapon oil. Fighting more of these bugs, I find one with a cage, and it's like we're starting all over again. We're naked, don't look you creep. We have to find our stuff back, but every door is locked. Even Grindel doesn't want to help us, he just runs off. He really is a rat. We find a key of indolent, and use it to open up some more pathways in the jail. Fighting without any weapons or anything is weird and I'm not used to it, but we get to use some traps to our advantage at least. We find Grindel and ask him if he's seen our stuff because we need to steal it back. He says, "I knew you were a thief, you hypocrite," but we're doing it to save the world, so it's different. We find our stuff and head down and snap a few necks, Assassin's Creed style, and take out the whole room like a hitman. Nice.
We find another key, the heretic key, and use it for other shortcuts and pathways. Another spool fragment, and look to where else we can go. To the west is Mount Fay, and I thought you needed a torch or something so you don't freeze, but if you're quick, you can find cover in between segments. Chakra is even here and gives us a map, so it's time to scale this mountain. With this place, it requires pretty perfect movement, otherwise you'll just be frozen to death in between lanterns. And honestly, the movement segments are always pretty fun considering I played through Celeste. There's definitely a lot more mechanics involved, but the puzzles are a lot easier in my opinion. Regardless, the time segments add a new layer to it. We make it to the top and play our cello for a bird god that comes down.
What is that, man? Giant ass bird.
Fade down cloak. Oh, this is my double jump. Also, the cloak keeps us warm in the winter, so we don't need lanterns anymore. It's pretty convenient. We head down the mountain in nice leisurely time and grab this mask shard that was staring at me, but I couldn't reach it without the double jump.
Another masterpiece.
To the left of the mountain was a mask maker, which I had no idea what his purpose was. Maybe a DLC? I don't know. But he says he has no business with me since I already have a mask. So we leave, and now with our double jump, we uncover a lot of stuff. And while we head to new spots, we do the wishes in the meantime for the area. Tracking down a courier. Oh, finally turning in the purple polyps I've been meaning to do. Also, I found some random weird crying baby thing they wanted, so I handed that over. And...
What? What? What just happened? Hello?
We get brought back to life in some tree. Yeah, I generally started freaking out because we lost our crest, which means we have no tools. We can't even heal, and I didn't know how to get rid of it.
Cannot change crest.
We go back to Trash Greyroot's place, and after ransacking their quarters, we learn nothing. Remember that one house we went to, asking for a yummy specimen? Yeah, this person can help us. We just need to bring him a certain item from Sinner's Road, an area below the Citadel but above Greymoor, a place I haven't visited yet. And going through there without a map or being able to heal is about as fun as eating nails. We also found a caged grasshopper here we saved with a simple key. Didn't know what the purpose was, but whatever. Maybe something down the line. We complete a wish here to save another courier and find the person we really wanted to find. Krull. This dude gives us steel spines, which we needed for the bug vampire in that abandoned house. So we head back and get this parasite out of us, which now turns into a crest. It's pretty neat, but we still can't heal, unless we hit people with the parasite tentacles. But whatever, another crest is another crest. Some of the wishes get wild when they bring back the old beast fly, but it's different now. We have burning platforms that disappear.
Bro, I have no spot. Can they do that?
I'm not the same person I was when I started though.
Very nice, dude. Very nice. Give me the loot. Horn fragment. Okay, this guy is a little rat. Yo, your mother is dead, bro.
We're back in the trenches of Bellheart, grabbing silver bells, farming more rosaries in case we need to flex on our ops, and in this case, the Bellheart shopkeeper.
Oh yeah, this is what the building you have to pay to get in. Right, I remember now, yes.
And the shop here at Pilgrim's Rest. I can't stand this guy for charging people entrance to his shop, so I broke the door down. Also, this little Mission Impossible lava jumping scene is sick.
Whoa! Whoa, 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 what was that?
Afterwards, we get another mass fragment from it. So basically, we skipped over Sinner's Road, other than getting rid of that parasite. We make our way back to see what it's all about. We do some intense pogoing on moving targets, and we fall into this pit of leeches. And the worst part is, you can't heal when you're infected by them. You have to use an entire heal to get rid of them. We'll be seeing this infectionist water a lot soon. We bump into the lunch lady, who has a similar effect if you get hit by the green globs. She's also dummy thick and throws that thing in a circle if it hits us.
Where'd she go? She just left me here?
Yeah, so this boss is bugged. Left us stuck here, and I had no other option but to save quit. Not too big of a deal, so I run back and take her out.
Nice, we got her. Let's go. Huge, 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 huge. We got the lunch lady. What do we get? What do we get? She drops another special dish we're collecting. Steel's flying guys wanted 10 roach guts, an easy farm that takes less than 2 minutes, and we bring them back and get rewarded with a red tool, tax. Now this one is broken. I will be using this a ton. We just throw this on the floor and anyone who runs over it will take a ton of damage. And you could spam them too. It's very passive damage that you don't have to think too much about. In the deep docks, there was a locked door that needed a simple key, so we opened that one up as well. Inside, we find flint slate, which basically gives your needle fire damage. Also, really good tool we'll be using as well. There's another parkour segment in here that gives us a spool shard at the end of it and a boss fight, Cygnus. He sort of boomerangs his weapon and summons some bugs, but now we're pretty strong and it's not too bad to handle. Ow. Cygnus and Gron. What? It's when his brother Gron comes in that makes it tough. The both of them together can be an annoying combo, so we try to take one out instantly. As per usual. Once one is down, the other one isn't too bad to take out. Oh, we're cooking. Oh, we're cooking. Dude. Absurd, by the way. Nice. Okay. Alright, alright. It gives us access to an old bell here, but I couldn't get it to open up. After all these side quests, we're now ready for the final boss, Grandmother Silk, the one plaguing all these lands and making life awful for everyone. So she has a couple attacks, mainly her knives that she sends either left to right or up and down. There's always going to be an opening from each direction, just need to be watching. She also has the lines similar to the dancers that pop up, and you just have to avoid them. Very nice. Huge, actually. Huge, actually. Alright, once you bring her to phase 2, rocks start falling down with all other abilities, and she brings down some spikes as well. I found this fight a lot easier than the lace fight we had earlier, to be honest. Once you know to watch the knives, it becomes a lot more manageable. Nice! Is that it? There's no way. Cook this fraud! Reclaim what is ours. Oh my god, look at my silk. Oh my god, what is happening? Consume her. Now what? Is that us? Weaver Queen. Defeat Grandmother Silk and bind her power. We bring her down and bind all of her power. It seems like we just took her place with all the threads and plaguing this land all the same. And even at the end, it shows us gaining extra legs like a weaver. At the time, I was like, there has to be a better ending. There's no way this is it, right? So we head back to Songclave to find out if there's anything else. We find Sherma and she's awfully optimistic about this whole place and wanting to take care of all the wounded. We love Sherma. To the side of the Citadel on the bottom right, there's an area called Bilewater. This place is genuinely the most frustrating place to go through. The sewer water stopping you from healing, all the annoying enemies and traps you bump into, it's bald-inducing. Even the pogoing orbs explode. Then we find an area called the Mist. If you played Zelda, it's exactly like Lost Woods, where you need to find the right path, otherwise you go around in circles. By playing music for the butterflies, they guide you. When you make it out of the maze, you find an area called the Exhaust Organ. Creepy cathedral, but whoever's here is definitely aura farming. What is all this area? Exhaust organ. The vent system isn't too bad to work through, and we find the boss in this place. Oh, this is a boss. Oh, this is a boss. Phantom. Kind of similar to how we fight with our moves, but she's kind of slow, and her moves are easier to dodge than Lace's. As I say that, I get hit by everything and have 1 HP. Holy. What in the anime battle?
And we get to the end where I parry every last hit. I didn't even know I had that in me. Funny enough, we learn a new skill, parry. We keep sludging through where we find chakra, and we buy the map for this intestine of a place, and start cleaning out all this place has to offer. And we find this new arena. Just not any arena, the arena. The run back wasn't fun. It was super hard and time consuming and health consuming. It wasn't easy, and then when you get there with your infested health bar and 3 HP, you have an arena of bugs to go through, and they're so squirmy it's hard to even hit. I got to a point where I had to start cheesing some of these guys and camping to the right side to bait them out. Then when the arena is done, a boss spawns. Yeah, flying around, hard to hit, sucking you into the stomach acid. This one took it out of me, I won't lie. With how he kind of floats aggressively, I don't know how to explain it, but it's very easy to hit yourself on him. And it's also double damage. And when he gets into phase 2, he starts shooting out blasts of energy. Diabolical. And if you do die, you have to do it all over again. Probably about 10 minutes of setup each time.
Thank King God, man. Oh my God. By far the worst boss.
By a sheer miracle, I was able to dodge the pits and kill him. The relief from beating him felt amazing. We get Seeker Soul. No clue what we need that for yet. You remember those keys we needed from the slab?
Eve Apostle.
Maybe it opens something there. There's a huntress we run into and she wants us to collect organs. More wishes we'll tackle later. Let's see what this key opens up. A chest with a bunch of loot, but something up top as well.
The f is all this?
We go through to find a spider nest who says she's been waiting for us and wants us to bind her strength, but I guess not until we defeat her. This fight was fun. The way she teleports everywhere, the audio is therapeutic somehow. With all the movement abilities, it makes dodging a lot of these skills not that bad.
Oh my God, let's go, let's go. Is there a phase 3? Phase 3, maybe? Defeat First Sinner.
We get a new skill called Room Page. It's basically her bubble damage thing. I'm not the biggest fan because it's not a targeting ability. I like the ones where I can aim.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go.
More Pogawing segments, more masks, and we find Grindel's home base.
Well, if it isn't Grindel, fancy seeing him here.
And he actually sells everything he looted, but we have no money, so we'll have to come back to him. With our new double jump ability, we find another area, Sands of Carrick. This place was really interesting conceptually. You have these little balls you hit that open up time platforms that you had to use to jump to new areas. And before the previous ones ended, you had to activate the next ones to keep going. Definitely a fun challenge. At the end of it all is a boss, the crotchfly guy again, but a bit different this time. He sort of snipes you with his missile, but the good news is, it's parryable. And then he summons a bunch of mini Beyblades. Hope this isn't his family getting cooked. Wait, this is the one that flew away from us from the boss battle. I just realized.
Oh my God, yes. Let's go, dude.
Anyway, we enter a lair and find a red tool. His missile he was using, it seems alright. In a small hole in this area, there's also a nest. Volt Nest. Electric lasers blasting everything, and the boss here doesn't hold back. But I swear our heal combo we have with our tools help out so much.
Nice. Oh my God, first try. Let's go. Let's go, dude.
In the depths of this place, there's a crust nut we find, hairy and all. Another item we needed for the meal for Old Man Citadel. At this point, I'm trying to figure out how to get to the other endings. I know they exist, so every little lead I find, I take it, even if it's another mask shard. We go back to the Atla, next to Bone Bottom, and talk to Ava, who gives us a couple more buffs. She gives us an extra yellow tool we can add for free with every crest. It's super busted. So all that's left for the quest is to deliver one final piece of food to the old man. However, this last one, we have to deliver it in person, and we can't use any any traveling shortcuts to get there. We have to run the whole way.
Alright.
This makes it hard because any set of damage we get will lower that circle timer at the top left. And the quickest path to get there is like this. Start at Bellhearts, through Shellwood, through Blasted Steps, Grand Gate, in the Citadel, and back down through Underworks. All while being timed and not hitting anything on the way there. Simple enough, right? And so it starts. The beginning is pretty smooth and I'm not too worried about it. It's later that makes it a lot harder. Blasted Steps is where I remember the run back being hell. It's so easy to take damage there. But honestly, if my pacing is good, even with the damage, we might still have an okay time. We're actually able to hit a pogo on one of the enemies, so I was able to cut down on some time there as well. After entering through the vents and onto the coral chambers, this is the easiest section to take damage. There's a lot of enemies you run into. Also, I found out if you bonk into walls, it lowers your time. Yeah, I had no clue. There's a few times at the end I went head first like the Kool-Aid man, and it was just chunking my bar down, making me barely arrive to deliver the meat. Also, I got lost. I didn't know where we were going. So we hand over the ingredients and we get the pale oil out of it.
Right. Wish granted, baby. Let's go. Satiate the Grand Gourmand.
Yet another weapon upgrade. Massive. We finish off yet another memory puzzle and finally get the cog heart. Still unsure what to do with it. Unlock a map for the Memoriam, an area above the high halls in Citadel. This kind of just has every area environment we've been in. I like the idea. Another travel pod here and then a big flea at the top. This guy wasn't too bad, especially with all the weapon oil upgrades.
Was it?
After finally finding the cogwork map, we see an area we haven't been to, and lo and behold, a sentinel missing a heart. So we slot that puppy in there and he wakes up saying how he'll protect us, but we don't need it. So he dips. We return to our favorite farm spot and get enough rosaries for Grindel and the architect we found earlier. I'll save you the headache. Just like that, we have 4K. Wait, all this money but no bitches. I mean craft metal. We buy out the key from her, at least from the shop, and get access to her vault upstairs.
Give me something good.
Another crest. The architect. It's basically a drill for our weapon, shredding enemies. Kind of fun, but would be a bit too hard to get used to considering I've been running the normal hunter one for the longest time now. Grindel's looted. The Songclave shop is looted. A couple more wishes and we're done with them all. We collect the pins from the guards, turn it in for a heavy rosary bracelet, and find the sentinel in a room looking to test their strength. Had to make sure he wasn't getting out of line, so I slapped him up a little bit.
Nice. Let's go.
We fight a dung thrower of some kind, save the shopkeeper from a bat attack, and then find a new area above Bilewater. Putrefied ducks. This area isn't as bad as Bilewater, but there's still tentacle bugs that yoink you midair. Aside from that, not too bad.
Stag station over here. Open all Farloom's bellways. There it is.
There's a bell station up here we unlock, and we get the achievement for unlocking all of them. In this area, there's a giant empty cave here, and I remember the flea master talking about looking for one, so we can tell him all about this area. There's also this area I found up here, but I couldn't reach it. We find more craft metal and head out. Along the road is a tool, the Wreath of Purity. It repels the leeches in the water. I wish I found this one earlier, would have saved me so much time. We also bump into Yogg, a badass flea looking to snap necks. Ask her if she wants to be a bodyguard for the flea master, and she says sure if they come to this cave close by. Easy enough. We tell him about it and he's like, hell yeah, I'm down.
Letopia.
And Yogg then says she can smell fleas from a mile away and gave me a map of all the remaining ones. After checking, we realize it's just 2 of them left.
Wow. All I have is 2 left?
I've been naturally clearing them out, although the map would have been very useful. On a journey, I found more craft metal and an area called Wisp Thicket. This place is full of pyromaniacs. It's like a 5th grader who gets access to a magnifying glass for the first time. We find a boss who requires you to pogo the entire time to beat it. Actually super hard considering all the flame flying at you constantly. So I did what any sane person would do. I swapped the crest to an easier needle I can downswing with and even a drilling tool to maximize damage. I also grabbed a tool that negates the double damage from fire occasionally. And we made sure to book it after we kill it so it doesn't explode in our face.
Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes. I think that's the last one.
We find the last few stragglers and talk to the flea master. He gives us another tool.
Egg of Flalia. Rescue all of them. Oh my god, let's... Oh, dude. We complete the organ wish by getting skewered organs using the architect crest killing bugs, the seared organs using the flint weapon on them, and then the pierced organ using the long pin on them as they die. We just need to turn the wish in. Also, we have a wish from Chakra who wants to find her old master she's been raving about this whole time, and it happens to be in the same area. Apparently, this was the strongest warrior in her tribe and also a mother to her. We pay a tribute to her and play a touching song for her. She gives us her rings as a tool to use as a reward. Also, we turn in the organs for a long claw. Basically, it extends the reach of our needle. Really strong for a blue tool in my opinion. We clear out all the wishes from Bone Bottom and Bell Hearts, and on the way to Songclave, we find the grasshopper we freed, the Green Prince. Okay, so he's a big deal. He says his partner made these dances as a last free will act and gave his soul away to protect the rest of the kingdom. His shell and soul became the mold for these dancers. Sad, really. I knew I felt bad for these dancers. Back at Bone Bottom, the Fixer thanks us for completing all the wishes for everybody and gave us a cute little statue of us. Can be broken down to 60 shell shards, but we're not that evil. In Bellheart, we finish the last wish as well, and they give us a bell home key. A key to our house. I had no idea we'd even get one. How wholesome. Oh my god, it's my house. We can also put trophies in here if we wanted to. Back at Songclave, we talk to the caretaker and tell him we want to defeat the Silk Mother, but we don't want to consume her and take her place. The caretaker tells us there is another way, and we can snare and trap her. We just need to get a couple items for it. This is what we've been looking for. We head back to Ava for some more upgrades, giving us an extra crest. While we're here, we pick up the snare setter. We talk to the chapel maid close by, who happens to be the sister of the caretaker up in Songclave, and we grab her soul. Also the Bell Hermit. We need his soul too. And he's the uncle of the caretaker. I had no idea. With all the pieces, we go back to the caretaker now and tell him we're ready. We now head up to place our trap, but we have to weaken her first, and the caretaker is waiting for us and tells us everything is set. There's power to even quill a god. So we cook her again and do what we did the first time. We're doing it! This is a different ending. We choose to snare her instead. It's a different ending. The void grabs her and she tries to grab us with her. Wait, we get saved? But then Lace comes out of nowhere and protected us. But in the process, Lace gets swallowed up with the Silk Mother. An unfortunate sacrifice. Wait, Lace came out of nowhere. Did she make it out alive? No. Beat Grandmother Silk and entrap her with the soul snare. Achievement, let's go. The void started leaking through, and even my save is plagued by the void. We wake up by the flowers of where we left Lace, and we start our journey into Act 3. Our new objective is to discover the fate of Farloom. We're back to playing Migraine Simulator and start scaling down. Bugs are getting possessed, and they have extra abilities and health. I think all bugs from now on will have this power. Yo! We wake up from this coma by Sherma, who sings a beautiful song. She's seen the caretaker. I need to find him. We find our way to the architect to buy everything out and walk to Greymore. Some areas were blocking me off from accessing the travel pods or the bell station, so I had to walk with my own 2 feet. At the bell station, we meet something that isn't our bell bug, and now we have to fight the bell eater. Oh, what? I swear if he ate her. This guy has a couple moves, some more annoying than others. It can pop its ass out and fart on you, or its head out and throw up, or both, making it hard sometimes to find an opening, so I try to take this fight relatively slow while dodging the annoying attacks. Yes! The goat! After a long drawn-out fight, the bell comes out of nowhere with an RKO, and he teaches us a new song. Aw, so cute, man. Listen to that baby purr. Aira is what I'm naming her. Aira teaches us a way to fast travel now, which is super helpful because we can teleport to bell stations. Wait, is this fast travel? Oh my god, is this fast travel? We head to Bone Bottom to find them hiding out like cowards. Cowards, here you hide even as you cause your own land's demise. We're pissed because they trapped her using the void, and the mother is resisting the void to try and save her daughter, Lace. And in doing so, it's causing Farloom to go crazy, overdosing on black tar void. I tell them I'm going after her, heading to Deep Docks to see if they can throw me down there. We talk to the Forge daughter to see if that's possible, and she says Bala will help. We just need to meet him by the old bell. So that's what it's for. He gets us in there, and we get strapped down for the ride like it's Universal. This roller coaster is about to go crazy. You can't even hear me, man. We make it down there, but we lose all communication and the bell crashes. We're left to ourselves to find out what the flip is going on. We find some void bugs, and these face suckers aren't too friendly. We navigate through the platforms, getting swallowed by void, and find her to have a small chat. We're pissed she saved us because this world wouldn't be corrupt, but Lace says she won because she didn't want the Silk Mother to get Hornet's powers, and she's fine letting everything burn. And Hornet's mad now. She's already played the Sentinel to a dying land once before, and she won't do it again. Referring to the Knight from Hollow Knight, we say there's another way. We need to talk to those snails and find out what counters the void, since they know it all too well. We'll dive down and free Lace. We grab the map of this area and start making our way deeper until we find another spider statue. Learning something. We are the ability to super jump. It's a stationary mega jump, essentially, which makes sense why I couldn't reach a lot of different spots. We find an item called Farsight, and it looks like it's just a home decoration. We try to find another way out here since the bell we came in doesn't work anymore. There's a lot of movement segments here, and to be honest, I've been enjoying them. It's challenging in more ways than just a hard boss. As the lava rises, we gotta get out of here, and even the walls are molten rock, so you can't stay on them for too long. Makes you have to move quick. It's like an action movie. Oh my goodness. We make our way back to the snails to see if there's anything we can do to get through the void. They say it's possible with enough power. We need to grab the hearts of the old successors in this land. Try out memories of Farloom's forgotten past. They teach us a new song to reach out to them, and thankfully they're marked on the map, but some of the areas I haven't visited before. We go to the first one in this graveyard we were just at not too long ago, actually. Warhol Tower. So this whole area has like 5 levels of arena, and you have to do them back to back to back without dying. If you do, you need to restart from the beginning. Thankfully, it's nothing too crazy, just a bit time consuming. Also, in between floors, there's jellyfish we can hit to get some silk back. We died once, and that's when I realized I had to do it all over again. I'm gonna cook his ass. This boss had such a cool design. He's kind of weak. Although his attacks are super slow, the concept is sick. Reminds me of when I was a kid in the shower, letting water flow down my arms and pretending I was water bending. The good old days. He's kind of weak. He does, however, have a phase 2, where his coral attacks get a bit faster, but still nothing too intense. I don't know if I'm just getting better and I'm getting used to certain attacks. Very nice. The Crust King. What a name. Oh, we actually first tried, unironically. After defeating him, we get an achievement and an encrusted heart. Next up, we try to find a way to this unexplored area. We find a hidden wall, and standing on guard is a guy named Seth. This reminds me of the Lace fight, where everything moves super quick, and it's more reactionary than it is about having a distinct plan. I throw my attacks all over the floor for all the free damage, and he hits phase 2. Everything gets faster, but overall, nothing I can't handle. I've been training for this moment. I've watched enough anime to power me through these battles. Holy man, that was a tough one. That was an anime battle and a half. Man, don't tell me I have to do another gauntlet. The next boss is one I've never seen so far. A lot of the fight requires you to dodge from one or the other side of the wall. I spent a lot of my time in the air balancing on the walls while still trying to attack. Also, the side on the wall that she's on turns into thorns, so the only consistent damage you can do is by pogoing. Also, if you get too close, she throws up her lunch in a radius around you. The ball she summons in the air can actually hit her though, and sometimes I notice there's a different color. I assume it would do extra damage or it would stagger, but I never tested it because it was too hard to line up. If you're patient in this fight and take the attack window slow, it becomes a lot more manageable. My issue is that I'm always too aggressive. Also, the claw line you use to zip back and forth can get you in and out of the fight with ease. Nice, let's go. Let's go. We collect the pollen heart. Now all that's left is one more. So we head to Hunter's Marshmallow trying to find the last one. And I find a Sprint Master. The world is ending and all bro cares about is running laps in his man cave. So of course we had to put him in his place and beat him in his own race. He's about to get cooked. After the first win, he keeps saying he'll try harder and harder. All right, run it back, run it back, run it back. All right, all right. What, you want to have a different course? Okay, okay. Another dub. All right, best 3 out of 5. Sure, sure. It's like that one guy who just constantly loses and he's like, yeah, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 5, 5 out of 7. This time he's zooming, but I have a trick up my sleeve. Cheating. Apparently you can hit him to slow him down, so anytime I see him about to lap me, I trip his ankles. Technically didn't say we can't use our needle. Oh, yes. Even with all that, he still almost beat me up until the end. Surprisingly, he gives me a mass shard for it. And now for the last area. We find an old hag in a cave falling apart and says she used to be one of the most powerful beings. So we enter her memories and fight her in her prime. We have a few waves of peons to take out first and then fight her. She wasn't kidding. This boss took me a solid hour to get through. She has a spinning melee move that's hard to react to, so I noticed it's better to stay above her. The issue is that she has a spinning wheel move that attacks from atop, and if you're in the air, it's hard to avoid. She has a dash attack that spawns spikes after. Another one I recommend, just being on the side she finishes and pogoing her. Dude. She also throws out her blades a lot and sometimes more than once, which is hard to predict when it's just one or multiple. Dude, just... It becomes hard to find a window to heal as well. Even with my attacks on the ground, it wasn't enough. One thing I realized with this fight is the second you lose momentum, it becomes infinitely harder to catch back up because of her pacing. Oh my king god, man. I tried to empower my weapon, but even that's not enough to throw off the pacing. I noticed parrying luck can help relieve a lot of double damage attacks she does. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes. Oh my... Holy dude. This boss took me so long. So long. Oh man, I was molding. And that's the last heart. Sorry, my cat. My cat is rolling on my keyboard, man. Honestly, another reason this whole... everything took me so long, man. I'm not kidding. Now, with the 3 hearts, the slugs start casting a spell on us for a second, and it looks like we break a bit. Am I dead? What's going on, man? We enter our own memories, and it shows us as a kid learning to weave. We get taught to focus on our weaving from the spiders. We also see a lot of the areas from the first Hollow Knight. It's so nostalgic seeing all the previous areas. We also hear our mother telling us not to feel stuck just being a weaver. Be yourself, basically. We go through a beehive area, and this is where we actually learn how to fight growing up after our mother was sealed. And then we meet the Knight's mother here, if I recall my lore correctly, and she tells us this is the only way to resist the void in which we were all born from, the Everbloom. With this, we can dive into the void. So we head back to Ballo, and he says he fixed the bell we've been using, but this time it works. Surprisingly, it does, and we make our way to the Void Pond where we find Lace's shadow telling us we're not the same Lace we once were, and it's hopeless trying to save her. We Falcon Punch our way down with the Everbloom, and the Void can't touch us. We're unbeatable with this flower. When we make it down, our fight is with Lost Lace. I have a feeling this fight's about to be 80 times worse. Similar to the previous Lace fight we had, but on crack. She has void abilities and tentacles. Even her dashes have residuals of void, so it's even harder to punish. She can dash up to 3 times, making it harder to predict. I noticed the best time to punish her is probably when she summons her void stuff, because she kinda sits there while they do their thing. Then in her phase 2, she summons tentacles from the ground and even spits out void balls that explodes in blades. Hard to keep tabs on everything going on. She also has void missiles that can shoot out at you while she preps her next attacks. It gets convoluted as hell. She then gets in this enraged state and summons waves of void on each side. But I noticed if you just hug the walls, you can avoid them entirely. I panicked the first time, but since then, it made the section easy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is that it? Or no? After many failed attempts, we finally beat her. And her body comes out of the void, so we grab her and get ready to jump out. Lace's mother then gives us some of her silk to charge up for our super jump so we can escape. She wants us to save Lace. Poetic, really. I saved her. But on our way out, our Everbloom disintegrates and the void tries to grab us back down. No! Wait, it's a knight! And all of her siblings. Oh. Oh my god. He took us out. Oh my god, he's goated for that. And Lace? She's still alive. Oh man, that's a good ending. Now that is a good ending. Defeat Lost Lace and free Farloom. Oh, that's a great ending. Oh, that's a great ending. Let's go. Apparently we only have 88% though, so we're still missing more stuff. I thought for sure I had a lot more. So with our new super jump, we check out other areas we might have missed. Aha! There is something up here. More hidden parkour with mass shards at the end. We stop by the Flea Master again and they're all freaking out because the world is ending. He says he needs a favor from us one last time. We need to celebrate with him one last time. Alright, carnival games. Apparently there's a price if we get gold on each game, so of course we partake. First one is juggling. Games like these are always so fun. I'm not sure why, but I love when games do this. Oh, this is getting trippy. So we can only let 3 pass by before we fail, and some of them move faster than others. I think gold was 30 something, so we're just getting extra credit at this point. No! Let's see what other games there are. This one is a dodging one, and it's noticeably harder than the juggling in my opinion. Gold was 65 or so, took me a few attempts, but we eventually got it. Holy! I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what's even happening on my screen. Okay. Alright, 97. It's not bad. And then the last one is a pogoing one. This was fun. Makes me get better with pogoing in general. Let's go! After getting gold everything, they make us hit this piñata for our prize. Rosaries, and then... Pale oil? Wait, they had pale oil this whole time? Hey, world's ending, but, you know, something that can make you do a little bit more damage. We also find a hole in this area to the right of the flea cave where we need a super jump to get to. Tells us a poem about the herald and we get a wish, which means there's a herald ending in this game too. While I try to figure out the poems, there's more wishes that pop up in Bellheart and we accept all of them. Wanting to upgrade our needle, but the needlesmith is gone. He went to the graves one last time nearby. We save him and he says how thankful he is we helped him. However, dying before his loved one's grave wouldn't be that tragic. Quite honorable. We reached our final weapon upgrade for our needle and then we find our good friend Garmin sucked by the void. Alright, buddy. What's the trouble? Oh! It's Garmin's. We got him! Snapped him back to his senses, he gives us a hero's memento. We head to Greymoor one last time to see if there's anything new about the area, and we find Seth again, the bodyguard from the plant ancestor. He says he doesn't recognize us, and he was just born not too long ago. Something fishy with this guy. I bet we see him in a future game or part of the DLC for sure. We find a weird cave that wasn't there before, and we see the Green Prince next to his old partner, and just wants to pay respects. We enter his memories of the old kingdom that was once here. A beautiful area with very fast bugs.
What's the anime battle? What's going on?
They were running laps on me, I won't lie.
I hope these were the Green Prince's sons.
We collect these balls that do something, not sure what, but they're scattered all around these areas. We find the Green Prince telling us that they used to hunt for a stag-touched pail, but we found him just chillin'. Getting actual hits on this thing was impossible because it kept teleporting every 2 seconds. So I had the genius idea of just placing tacks on the floor of every teleport spot, and I just kept running around while it killed itself.
Oh my god. The tacks. I didn't even fight him the whole time. He was just jumping in my attacks.
At the end of it all, we go up against the Green Prince, where he says we should witness them in their true form. It's like the dancer fright from the Cogwork, but more elegant. Also, the middle spin is different. It was sad because he just wanted to be there with his partner in the end, so they can have one final dance.
We did it! What a cool fight, man. I like that one.
We exited the dream and got the conjoined heart.
Oh... That's so sad. Conjoined heart.
We check out the abandoned ruins of Verdania, the place we were just at, and find the map of the area. If only we had this before going in.
Oh, and we got the map. And we got a map of each area. Oh my god, yes.
We take the far site in our home and build it. It tells us how close we are to 100% now in the menu. Pretty helpful, actually. There's also a wish for Pinterest's last resolve. She said she climbs Mount Faye, and if we want the smoke, we better pull up. So, of course, we head up to see what it's all about, and with all the weapon oil upgrades, this fight is over pretty quick.
Nice. Let's go.
She wanted a battle to the end, but we tell her there's other ways, and I don't want to kill her. She has a change of heart and gives us a tool.
Nice.
A lot of the missing percentage is just mass shards, missing tools, and spool fragments. There's a wish to try and hunt down this hunter, terrorizing everyone, and hunting bugs. We were even on the list of bugs he was hunting.
Nice. Oh my god. He messed up my heal. I was so scared. It was 1 HP.
We have a little statue where we were supposed to hang out.
Is that where my body was gonna go?
Now for the mushroom wish.
There he is, the mushroom man. Oh my god, we found him. Okay.
We solve some of the mushroom poem and find a couple of his spots. There's also a snail crest I missed in their little dungeon, which happens to be the last one.
Ooh, claim all the crests. Oh, these are all the crests. Okay. I was wondering where the last one was. Okay, this might be pretty good. Oh, I hear him.
One of the spots we randomly find for the shroom, and others I had general ideas where he was, but not the exact spots.
Oh, he's here, he's here.
We head to the top of Mount Faye to check our hypothesis, and we see him with the bird, and he's always spitting facts, I swear.
Wait, the mushroom is speaking to the bird.
One can visit the past, but then memories become contradictory. Such a strong line, to be honest. The last one says to go past the Silk Mother, so I just assumed it was higher up. Meanwhile, we find a piece of her arm or something there, and picked up our last skill we needed.
Find all silk skills. Oh.
It seems okay, nothing too crazy. So we climb up and do this game's version of Path of Pain. These climbing segments are the most challenging of the game so far. It's not too hard, but it took me a while to understand how it works.
Very nice. Okay.
In between the levels, there's little centipedes you can hit to replenish your health in case you need it, so at least you don't have to start over when you mess up. A lot of the jumps do require precise movement though, because if you jump too high, you'll hit the spikes, and if it's too low, you won't make the jump.
Nice.
Even a moving pogo segment once you're close to the top, but I thought that part was a lot easier than the first few areas.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I hear him. Yes, we made it to the top. Let's go, dude.
Once you get to the top, we meet up with the Herald one final time. He says he wouldn't seek the lands had not for our grand actions in them. Does that mean the grand events summon the Herald? Not too sure, and I can't tell whether he's good or bad yet. We spend the rest of our time fighting some secluded bosses and collecting tools and shards from them. Since we're missing a few of them, a lot of them I realized I should have gotten way earlier, and I could have made my run a bit easier, but it's fine. I wouldn't have it any other way. We also finally build the tools we've been eyeing for a bit. We finish the last wish in the game and get our last mass shard.
Acquire all mass shards and achievements as well. Let's go. Acquire all tools. Yes.
Scoop up the last 2 spool fragments.
Oh, there it is. The last one, baby. Acquire all spool fragments.
Found out the last percent we're missing is going to Ava. We gotta bind her soul for the last strength she gives us. And just like that, it's time. Let's flip and go. We beat Lays before. We can do it again. To see the new ending with the Herald and finish the game with 100%. This time, I'm a bit more prepared, but that doesn't mean the fight is any easier. It's a bit bittersweet end, really. 50 hours into the game, all for this moment. To save Lace and exit the Void, bringing peace to Farloom, stopping the Void from corrupting her, and even fulfilling the Silk Mother's last wish before getting bound by the Void. I love this fight. It's a lot more dynamic than most boss fights and really feels like you're fighting against an actual player rather than a boss, if that makes sense.
Let's go. That's it, I think. We just cooked. We just cooked.
So the ending ends up being mainly the same, where we get rescued by the knight and save Lace, but at the end, we see the Herald fly away into the sky.
To the moon. Passing of the age. Grant the Herald's wish.
Great music, great world building, great characters, great concepts. Great game, man. I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. There's definitely some frustrating parts in the game. Don't get me wrong, but overall, I loved it, man. I loved it. Let's go. 100%, baby. Let's go. We did it. And just like that, it's been done. 100% Silksong.